So welcome back for this regular meditation practice. Now it's time for the practice. We have just reflected tonight's evening chanting in English language, just to understand the meanings of what we normally chant. And now it's time for the meditation. So sitting comfortably in your designated place, we call it asana, a cushion or the chair, and having an upright position, sitting comfortably and leaving all your responsibilities aside, and dedicating this half an hour for the mental cultivation. You may spend a few breaths to relax yourself. And if you feel that your mind is still wandering and restless, and you may practice the body scan, aware of the entire body. Or you may straight away bring your attention to the primary object, the rising, falling of abdomen as you breathe in and breathe out. So last night I have instructed to find the rising, falling of abdomen and how to work with it. So placing your hand to feel if you feel difficult to observe the rising, falling. And once you have felt and able to note, and gradually you leave your hand, right hand on top of the left hand, and simply observing rising, falling, and aware that how far you can watch and observe. And each time when you're observing rising, falling, mentally making a note of it as you observe with your clear consciousness. And how do you feel when it ends? Whether it is the climax of the rising or whether it is the falling and death. And you'll be also able to note which one is longer and which one is shorter. An ability to observe your experience as they occur at that time when it is taking place. And the last practice was to find whether you are engaging or you are causing it or interfering with the process or not. If you are interfering with the process, let them relax and do not interfere, imagining that you are sitting at the bank of the river watching the river flow. And that was the last night's practice. You may start off with this for a few moments. Remember, you are not interfering with your breath. You are not making breath longer or shorter or harder or softer to feel this rising, falling of abdomen. And make sure that as you are observing it, you need to relax the entire body. And mental note which you have been doing with your clear consciousness should be synchronized with the process that is taking place, the rising, falling. So it is not about thinking, it's about feeling, experiencing. Because each experience takes place this very moment, in the present moment. So tonight I will give you one more tips to practice, and that is making a mental note of other distractions. It is obvious that because of the habit patterns that we normally think, continuously thinking, although we try to meditate and pay attention to the primary object, straight away our mind, as a habit pattern, will think about the past or worry about the future. Our mind will just think about the recent past that you have been doing or you have experienced, and will talk mentally. So whenever these takes place, in that moment, do not struggle that I am here to meditate and pay attention to the rising, falling, what I am, why I am thinking this. Do not struggle. Accept that you are having these thoughts, these other experience apart from the primary object. We are simply training this mind. Imagine that you are training a puppy dog. When you are training, you simply train with the gentle thoughts, with the kindness, and with the compassion. When it goes away, we simply bring it back kindly. So our mind too. Although our primary object is a rising, falling of abdomen, within a couple of moments of observing it, our mind will go distracted into the thoughts. At that moment, accepting that my mind is distracted from the primary object. So leave the rising, falling of abdomen. Do not worry about it, but simply be mindful of that thought. Whether it is a thinking or whether it is an itchiness in your body or a pain in your body. So simply observe it, accept it, observe it, observing that I am having this, or I am aware of this pain, I am aware of this itchiness, I am aware of these thoughts. So that's how you make an acknowledgement of it. And note that I am having it. You may break it from I am having at the noting point. You simply shorten it as a phenomena, the nature, the characteristics of it. If it's a thought, rather than I am thinking, making a mental note of just thinking. So disconnecting your personality view, but aware of the phenomena. I am thinking is a personal opinion, so we still put I am. So rather than that, we simply observe the phenomena, the character, thinking. So with your clear consciousness, making a mental note that thinking. And if your mind is composed enough and wise enough, you will be able to note that within 1 or 2 times of making a mental note, your mind will stop thinking from the thought that you are having. Or if that's a pain or the itchiness, then your mind will disconnect from that itchiness or pain. Your mind will be woken up and aware. You will be aware of the body, aware of the present moment. At that time, you simply let go. Let go of that thought or of that pain or itchiness, and back to the primary object, the rising, falling. Rising, falling. And that's how we practice. And remember, this is a training ground. We are training, we are cultivating our mind. It's like when we are learning musical instrument or piano, we have to learn the basics until we become skilled. It's called sa re ga ma in a music. So you have to play again and again sa re ga ma like that until you become fluent, skilled. Once you have this foundation built up, then you can continue with other songs and even creating your own songs. The same with the meditation practice. We have to have a proper guidance, methods to follow. Once we have followed and developed and understood, later we don't have to think of these maneuvers. We will be able to react instantly whenever the situation arises. So your mind is established, concentrating on rising, falling of abdomen. And practicing in accordance with last night's instructions. But however, if your mind distracted to the thoughts or the pains or aches, or even the sound that you hear, so call it as the visitors, in that case accept that this is happening, and then using this 4 words: observe, acknowledge, note, and let go. Remember, observe, acknowledge, note, and let go. And back to the primary object, rising, falling. So this is how we will practice tonight. So you're continuously observing, concentrating on the rising, falling, and aware of the character and functions of this rising, falling up to the end. And during this practice, whenever mind distracted, aware of that, accepting that distraction when using these 4 words: observe, acknowledge, note, and let go. And back to the primary object. Rising, rising, falling, falling. So continue practicing for a couple of minutes before we practice the loving kindness to end. So closing your eyes, relaxed, and observing, rising, falling. Now we will practice loving kindness meditation, so relax yourself, ease yourself. Bring your attention to the body, aware of sensations in your body, and to your hands, aware of sensations in your hands, and to your heart, and feel the connection with your heart. You may put your hand on your heart, or physically smiling will connect you. So smile and feel the connection. Once you feel the connection with your heart, generating loving kindness and compassion to yourself. I am well, I am happy, I am at peace. Feeling of happiness, peace, and well. May I be free from troubles of body and mind. Feeling a sense of a happiness in entire your body. Your heart is blossoms with this happiness and peace and calmness that you have achieved. And thought of maintaining that goodness in you. And once we have cultivated and maintained and spreading this goodness to all sentient beings, starting from near dear one, you may bring into your mind a particular person that you would like to share a merit for the first time. And sending a loving thought, wishing them no harm, particularly in this pandemic time, wishing them to be free from any kinds of infections, contact from this virus. Those who have or those who are suffering, may they be free from this. May they be happy. May they be at peace. May they be free from suffering. A particular person that you want to share, bring into your mind and sharing it. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be free from sufferings. May you be free from troubles of body and mind. Whatever merit that I have accumulated on this occasion or in the past, may this be cause for your greater happiness. And similarly, all sentient beings, beings in this room, in this city, in this country, on earth, in the universe, visible and invisible beings, may they be happy. May they be at peace. May they be free from sufferings. Whatever merits that I have accumulated on this occasion, may this be cause to have a happiness and well-being. Those who have faced or facing the troubles, not happy and not well. Those who are already happy and well, their happiness and well-being increase. May they be liberated, liberated. So sending loving thoughts, no harm come to them. So bring your attention to your hands. And to your body. And to your eyes. And as you hear the gong, reflecting for a few moments and slowly coming out from meditation. Let's pay respect to the Buddha.